This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Here's Carter now on the return. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
First carry here for Joe Mixon. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Joe Mixon, the ball carrier.
And a good pickup there by Mixon, and that shows the talent that he has. Back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 4th in the NFL in 2018, 9th last year. But I look for those numbers to jump back up again with the introduction of new talent in Cincinnati.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McDonald. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. From the gun, McDonald. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Here's Carter now on the return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll air this one out for Boyd. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On third down, Burrow. Strong coverage by Washington, and now fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
Bullock's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Back to the air on second down. McDonald into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
45-yard line.
On first and 10, McDonald. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Right there on the coverage was the safety, Jesse Bates.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Steven Sims, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Slings this deep for McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up second down.
Jesse Bates on
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Throwing again. McDonald. And he'll find McLaurin this time as that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They give him a gain of 38.
first and goal at the 6.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead.
For the point after.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
To return it, Darius Phillips. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Phillips on the return. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they have the yards anyway, so they're going to decline the penalty. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Mixon with a 1st down and more. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Now whistles and a flag. And I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get 11 yards back on the scramble as it brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 11 brings up 2nd and 4.
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports.
10. Bengals 3.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Burrow on 3rd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return will stop right around the 25. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Going for it all. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Intended for it.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here, getting 3 points.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A nice gain of 21 yards. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Throwing on first down. McDonald. So in this, he rifles one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays, but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Steven Sims now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position of throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
their own 4-yard.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Burrow will throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. The Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Their own 42-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking,
he's got a man complete. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. 36 yards on the play.
Bengal 1st down.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Gain of 17 yards.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
and that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Burrow. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
6-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Bengals 27, Washington 10.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Here's Sims to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Sims on the return. Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Sean Williams. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
At the 24-yard line.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On the delay, it's Mixon. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Burrow looking to pass. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation either side.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This one from 35 yards away. And Bullock will put this one through. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get, and you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Complete to Joe Mixon.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position, When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw again. McDonald looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
And yet again, it's McLaurin, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
At the
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, it's McDonald. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal. From the gun on 3rd down, McDonald being chased out left. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
It's now 4th and goal.
On 4th down, McDonald. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back.
Over on downs.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Officially nothing on that one. No gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Burrow from his own end zone. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Again, it's Mixon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. He's going to air it out deep for... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's one heck of a third down conversion, a pickup of 39.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a second and 10 upcoming. And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy.
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
The third down pass. Intercepted. They'll take over first and 10. At their own.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it.
And now here is another interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Lining up for the point after.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing after the interception, McDonald. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Washington, first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Bring it, baby, bring it.
Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Out of the gun, McDonald.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
They'll run here with Dallas.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
To throw on second down. McDonald. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
42-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in second and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Coming. Panther Street. Set. Tempo. Set.
Now Burrow on first down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
First down.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Ball carrier. He was brought down by Kendall Fuller.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
At the 14-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now, Bengals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bullock's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together? And my goodness, another interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Again, it's Mixon. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the
They go play action with McDonald. He's going to let it fly.
49-yard line.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
20-yard line.
And they will take a knee here.
On the keeper.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
Check 52. Cowboy 80. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Chase Young has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
3rd down.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
56.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here I come again. Check. Mike 55. Tackle.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And he'll find McLaurin this time as that's complete.
That one good for 12 yards. And it'll give them a fresh set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McDonald.
And he finds his rookie target from Memphis, Antonio Gibson.
Today's final score, Bengals 57, Washington 10.